Go ahead and get started. I know a lot of people signed up for today, so I'm sure people will start joining as we get started. But thank you and welcome to Legal Breath and Body. Of course, for professionals who are dealing with a lot of stress right now. And um, hopefully this will be a little bit of a breather and a way to recharge your body and your mind in this time of great uncertainty. So this week, if you're following Lawyer Wellbeing Week at all, welcome, Kim. If you're following Lawyer Wellbeing Week at all, today is all about connection and social well-being. And part of yoga is about connection. The meaning of the word yoga is to yoke or to harness or anchor, connect the mind and the body, or the internal with the external, or yourselves with your friends and your peers and your the people around you. So yoga is all about connection. I am going to work today on one of the chakras. The chakras come from ancient Indian philosophy, and there are theories that the body holds many different energy centers. There's upwards of 130 some energy centers, and they haven't all been identified, but there's a lot of literature about them. And in Western culture, we've adopted 7 main chakras, and we'll focus on the root chakra today, which is our energy center that's in the base of the spine. It's where we sit in our pelvic floor. And the energy there is our foundation. It's our security. And right now, with everything going on in the world, I think there's probably a lot of fear and a loss of security, maybe an uncertainty about what's going to happen next. There's also a lot of financial uncertainty. People are losing their jobs, and it's a lot more difficult to do business. So the focusing on the root chakra will help us kind of find that grounding in our space in the earth again, giving us that sense of security. So I'd like you to take a few moments and find a comfortable spot. You can be on a chair, like a desk chair that you sit in. If you are on a chair, come to the edge of it with your feet flat on the floor. If you are on the floor, you can sit with your feet just in gentle cross-legged position, and come into your seat, tilting the pelvis slightly forward. This will allow the spine to stack. You can imagine a pin coming straight out of the forehead or out of the top of the head to the ceiling. Now just gently close your eyes. Or you can find a gazing point in front of you. Start to allow the mind to settle. As we're thinking about our day, things that we've been working on this morning, we've been responding to a lot of emails or watching a lot of webinars. Take a few moments to acknowledge those thoughts as they're swimming around in your head. And gently allow them to pass. Start to come into your body. Start to feel into the legs, into your grounding point, where the body meets the seat, where the body meets the floor. And you can start to imagine there where your body meets the floor. Start to imagine just a circular energy flowing in the body there. Start to breathe into the area. And exhale. When you exhale, start to release your breath into the floor below. Inhaling, Feel that area, the circular spinning, kind of like a spinning motion. And if you like to or imagine things in colors, might be a reddish color, our connection to the earth, the red soil, the earth. Imagine that spinning energy in the base of the spine, connecting you into the earth below. You might even start to imagine a line drawing from the base of your spine down into the earth, down into the center of the earth, connecting us to our mother planet. And as your thoughts are swimming, as they're known to do, just gently acknowledge them, bringing your thoughts and your breath back into the energy center at the base of the spine. If you start to feel disconnected, come into your breath as you inhale, imagining that spinning reddish wheel at the base of the spine, connecting you down to the center of the earth. As you exhale, releasing everything that no longer serves you. Now you can start to place your hand on your belly and start to feel as you're breathing. What does the belly feel like? Can you feel it like a balloon as you inhale? As you exhale, releasing it into the earth below. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Gently flutter the eyes open. As you inhale, take your arms up, releasing the energy up into the sky, and exhale down into the floor below, down to the center of the earth. Inhale, arms are up to the sky. Exhale, down to the floor below. Now we'll start moving the spine a little bit. You can come to your chair or you can come to the floor. Now on the chair, come to the edge of the chair, and I'll turn sideways so you can see the motion. Take your hands gently on your knees and start to round the back, bringing the head forward. Inhale, take the head up to the sky, bring the shoulders back and chest up. Exhale, round the back, bring the head forward. Inhale, open up the arms, maybe reach for the back of the chair. Exhale, forward, bringing them to the knees. Inhale, open up one more time, reaching the back of the chair. Maybe you extend a little further this time. Opening up in the chest, open up in the jaw. Maybe open and close the mouth a few times. Maybe yawn, open up, get some oxygen flowing. And breathe. Gently come back to neutral. And now we'll come into a gentle forward fold. So here, depending on how your back is, be sensitive to your own spine. Only you know what your body can do. Using your breath, inhale as you start coming forward with a flat back, keeping your shoulders in line with your hips. And you can stay here, or you can start to round the back to drop forward. Bringing the head down closer to the knees. Inhale, slowly roll up back to neutral. Exhale one more time, bringing the head down close to the knees. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Now we're gonna get up and start moving. Come up to standing. Start to shake it out. Shake out your legs. We spend so much time sitting, so just start shaking it out. This is your time to have fun. This is your time to just be yourselves. Start dancing, whatever it is you like to do, maybe just stretching, waving the arms. This is all about you. Just take it out, let your body move however it wants to move. And gently come back to a standing position. This is mountain pose. We'll be strong like mountains. Bringing the feet hips distance apart. Start to feel into each of the feet, into each of the corners of the feet, the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, each side of the heel. Gently close your eyes and inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale hands to center. Inhale up. As you exhale, start to sit back like you're going to sit in your seat. And if this is too uncomfortable on the knees, you can go ahead and sit all the way in your seat. Or you can just stay here, keeping the knees right over the ankles. So you don't want the knees to come too far forward. Try to keep them closer to the ankles. And gently taking the arms up, start to sit a little deeper into the stretch. As you exhale, come forward and touch the shins, keeping a bend in the knees. Breathe. Inhale, come up and sit back in your chair, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward, touching the shins. Breathe. Inhale, sit back. And exhale, touching the shins. Good. Take your arms up by the side, reach them up over your head. And exhale, hands to center. Take your feet out a little wider than your hips. Start to point the toes out to the corners of the mat or to the diagonal from where you're standing. And you can stay here, put your hands on your hips, or you can start to bend the knees. When you bend the knees, try to keep them over the ankles. You don't want them to come too far forward like this. Try to keep them out. And so if you're only here today, that's fine. You want to start to bend a little bit deeper. Draw down from the center of the spine, like where the body meets the earth, right where we were sitting, that root chakra, bringing it down. If anybody did ballet, kind of like a plie. Second position, I think it was. It's been a long time. And then back up. As you bend down, reach the arms up and inhale. Exhale to come up. Inhale. Be a sun goddess today. Exhale up. Inhale. And then exhale up. Good. Take the left foot and turn it towards the side of the mat. Take the back foot at an angle. So the front foot should be, the front heel should align with the back arch or the inner arch of the foot. And take the outer hip and wrap it back towards the back foot. The back leg should be straight. So lift up out of the outer arch of the back foot. Take the front leg and bring the knee right over the ankle. Start to open up in the thigh. So again, we don't want our knees to come in like this. Let's keep them over the ankle to protect the joints. You can stay here today. You can take your hands on your hips. You can take the arms wide, opening up in the chest, open up in the jaw, the throat, the face. Maybe take your arms out. Flip the front palm up and start to reach that palm back towards the back leg, opening up in the side body. Now, if you're just here today, this is perfectly fine. Start to reach the fingertips and use your breath to open up any tight areas in the body. If you're tight in the hips, just be okay with it. We never want to force anything in yoga. Just using your breath to open up that area. Inhaling, maybe deepen in the stretch. Exhaling, maybe deepen in the front knee over the ankle. Coming back to warrior two. And then reverse your warrior again. Start to move however you feel is guiding you today. So you can move in slow movements. You can move with your breath. Maybe quicker movements. Make it a dance. And gently come back to center. Start to shake it out. Bring your hands back on your hips. Straighten your legs. Bring the toes forward. Start to lift up out of the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe do a few shoulder rolls. And from here, keeping your hands on your hips, start to move forward with a flat back. You can stay here today. Maybe you can use a chair in front of you. Or to deepen in the stretch, use your breath to inhale through the top of the head and exhale, bringing you closer to the floor. Breathing. Remembering the breath is what helps open up those tight areas. So if anything is feeling like it's not moving anywhere today, start to use your breath to open that area. Inhaling from the top of the head, exhaling towards the floor. Reaching your hips up behind you. And then gently bend the knees, press your feet into the floor. Maybe put your hands on your hips to come up slowly. It's important to press the feet into the floor to come up to protect the lower back. Gently coming back up to standing. Good. Taking warrior two on the other side. This is my right. Not sure what it looks like on your screen. Taking that foot out to the side. Taking the back foot at an angle. Front heel is aligned with the back inner arch of the foot. Take the back outer arch of the foot and press into the floor to lift up into the leg. Taking the hip, roll it out over the leg. Maybe take the front knee out over the ankle a little further. Take the arms wide. Open up in the chest. Open the throat, open the jaw. Maybe open and close the mouth a few times to release the jaw. Look out over the hand. Lift the front palm up and exhale. reversing your warrior. So just like in mountain pose, here we're feeling all of our weight on one side. And so wherever you are today, don't worry about the balance, don't worry about falling. Just find a gazing point in front of you that doesn't move. This will help you still the mind. You can take the foot either to the ankle. It might help to have a chair if the balance is a little iffy today. You can bring it to the ankle or up to the inner thigh. Just play with it. Find where your balance is today. Remember, don't look at me because I'm moving. Take your arms up like branches. Allow yourself to feel out of balance. It's just like life. When things come our way that we least expect, all of a sudden we're knocked off of our normal balancing point. So just feel into that. Feel where you are today and use your breath and use your gaze to help find your center. Good. When you've had enough, slowly come down and shake out the ankle, roll it out. Coming to the other side. Start to shift onto the other foot, into all four corners of the foot. Just reaching up out of that foot. Start to find your balance. Bring it to the ankle, up to the knee, maybe up to the inner thigh. Wherever you are today, just play with it. Remembering that yoga is harnessing that energy between the internal, your center of balance, and the external, all the things, all the chaos that's thrown at us. Your connection between yourself and all the souls around you. Being like trees. Rooting yourself through the earth. When you've had enough, slowly bring that down. Gently roll out the right ankle. Shaking it out. Now we're going to come into a low squat. If this is hard on your knees, make sure to have a pillow, or you can just sit in the chair if that's easier for you. Taking the feet out a little wider than your hips. Slowly bend down and start to bring the hips down first, trying to keep the back straight. Coming all the way down into a low squat. My kids love this one, and I'm going to keep it with them because the earlier you start doing this, the more flexibility you have long term. So I think in our culture, we're not taught to do this from an early age, and it makes it a lot more difficult as we get older to release those areas that have gotten so tight. So this is a great one to open up in the thighs, in the hips. When we've been sitting so much, all those areas that we don't really ever use or stretch. Using your elbows to maybe open up a little bit deeper in the thighs. Good. You can do a little hand stretch here, pressing your hands together, pressing them down, lifting them up. And then slowly coming down to your seat. You can sit on the floor here on a pillow, or you can come back to your chair. So I'm going to do the final stretches from our chair. And these are ones you can do in the office, at work, or at home on the chair. So we'll take the right foot and bring the ankle right over the left knee, or the left thigh. Start to open up in the right hip and press that leg down Gently opening with the breath as you inhale. And exhale, you can bring your torso forward over the legs to deepen in the stretch. Or if this is enough today to open that up, that's perfectly fine. Exhaling over the legs. Remember, use your breath. Something feels tight. Inhale through the top of the head. And exhale, allow it to release with the breath. And inhale, slowly coming back up. Exhale, start to bring your other leg over the right thigh. Opening up in that hip, using your breath to open and breathe. Inhale through the top of the head. Exhale, bringing your torso forward. Inhale, slowly come up. Start to come up back to your sitting position, feeling into the root of the earth. If you're on a chair, remember, just gently allow your feet to rest on the floor. You can keep your hands in your lap. When you lift the palms up, this is a more receiving gesture, so receiving some of the energy from the earth. When you place them down, this is a more grounding posture, bringing you back to the earth. So gently close your eyes. Start to feel in the body. Start to feel the changes from all the movements that you've made today. And gently starting to open the eyes, coming back into your breath. And you may take your arms up one more time. And exhale your hands to heart center. Take a moment to thank yourselves for stepping onto the mat or the floor, and for taking a moment away from our work, from our lives, from the chaos around us, to find that root in the center of the earth, in your connection with the planet and with each other. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in your practice. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope you can take this with you for the rest of your day. Namaste.